Hey knowledgeable, welcome to today's session. So today we will be talking about natural number and whole number. We will also talk about number line and we'll talk about some of the properties of whole number. So let's talk about natural number. So natural number are the counting numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. These are called natural number. Coming to whole number, so whole number is basically the collection of natural number and 0 together is called whole number. So it starts from 0 and then it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. What is successor and predecessor? So successor of a number is number plus 1. So if we want to find the successor of 2, then that is 3, basically 2 plus 1. In the same way, if we try to find the successor of 10, that is 10 plus 1, that is 11. Coming to the predecessor of a number is number minus 1. So suppose, for example, if you want to find the predecessor of 2, then that is 2 minus 1, that is 1. In the same way, the predecessor of 5 is 5 minus 1, that is 4. In natural numbers, for 1, there is no predecessor because natural number starts at 1. And so 1 minus 1 would be 0 and 0 is not part of natural number. In the same way, in whole numbers, for 0, there is no predecessor because whole numbers start from 0. So please note that all natural numbers are whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural number. That is very much true because whole numbers contain 0 and natural number doesn't contain 0. So coming to number line, what is number line? This is a straight horizontal lines with number placed at equal increments along the length. So if you see the diagram, so in this line, the numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on are placed on this line. And if you see that distance between 0 to 1 is same as distance between 1 to 2 and same as distance between 2 to 3. And these distances are called unit distance. So what is the property of number line? So number in the right is always greater than the number in the left. So if we talk about a number 3, then whatever the numbers are in the right of 3 is greater than 3 and whatever the number is in left of 3 is smaller than 3. So let's see how the addition of whole number can be done with the help of number line. So suppose we have to add 3 and 4, that is 3 plus 4 we have to do. Then what we have to do? We'll have to start from 3 and make 4 unit jumps to right. So first jump, second jump, third jump and fourth jump. So that gives you answer as 7. Now you have to add 2 plus 5. Then what you have to do? You go at 2 and then jump forward 5 times. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So answer is 7. Now let's see how the subtraction is being done with help of number line. So suppose we have to do calculation for 7 minus 5. So first we have to go at 7 and then jump 5 times backward. So that is first jump, second jump, third jump, fourth jump and fifth jump. So answer is 2. Similarly, if we have to calculate 6 minus 2, then we'll have to go first at 6 and then jump 2 times backward. That is 5 and 4. So answer will be 4. So now let's see how the multiplication of whole number is done on the number line. So we'll have to calculate suppose 4 into 3. So what we have to do, you start from 0, then move 3 jump, that is 1, 2 and 3 and do the similar thing 4 times. So first jump was this one, the second jump is here, third jump is here and fourth jump is here. So answer is 12. So suppose you have to do the calculation for 3 into 3. Then what you have to do is start from 0, go to 3 and take the three similar jump. That is the first jump we have taken, then the second jump, then the third jump. So answer is basically 9. Now let's look through some of the properties of whole number. So what is the first property? Is telling the closure property of addition of whole numbers. So what does this mean? It means that if you add any two number, then the result is also a whole number, right? So if you see the example, right, if you add 0 plus 10, then it gives you 10. All are whole number. So 30 plus 23 is 53. So this one is also a whole number, this one is also a whole number, and the result is also a whole number. And this is true for all the cases. Now coming to the second property, what the second property is telling, that's closure property of multiplication of whole numbers. So what that means, if you multiply two whole numbers, the result is also whole number. So suppose you are multiplying 0, 10. So this is a whole number, this is also a whole number, and the result is also a whole number, that is 0. The same way if you take any of numbers, right, two numbers, that is whole number, so 6 into 2, so it will give you 12. So this is whole number, this is whole number, and this is also a whole number. And this will be true for all the cases. So what does the third property tell? Whole numbers are not closed under subtraction and division. It means that if you subtract or divide two whole number, the result may not be a whole number. So here are some example given. So suppose you subtract 3 from 2, then it gives you -1. That is not a whole number. If you divide 2 by 4, then it gives you half. This is not a whole number. This is a fraction number. So let's understand the multiplication in terms of addition. So basically when you multiply 2 into 5, and this is same as adding 2 5 times, means this has to be added 5 times, or 5 added 2 times. So similarly, if you have to multiply 6 into 3, that means either 6 has to be added 3 times, or 3 has to be added 6 times. This gives you 18, and this also gives you 18. Now try to understand division in terms of subtraction. So suppose you are dividing 8 by 2, that means how many times 2 is subtracted from 8 so that it becomes 0. So if you see the diagram below, so first time it is subtracted, then it becomes 6. Second time it is subtracted, then it becomes 4. The third time it is subtracted, then it becomes 2. And the fourth time it is subtracted, then it becomes 0. So answer of 8 divided by 2 is basically 4. So this is the number. Similarly, if you try to divide 9 by 3, it means that how many times you will subtract 3 from 9, that it becomes 0. So let's do this one. So 9 minus 3 is 6. So this is the first time subtraction. Then 6 minus 3 is 3. So this is the second time subtraction. And 3 minus 3 is 0. This is third time subtraction. So answer is 3. So let's try to understand division by 0. So what we have seen in the previous slide. So suppose you are dividing 6 by 2, then it means that how many times 2 would be subtracted from 6 that it becomes 0. So answer is basically 3. If you follow the same definition here, so tell me how many times 0 would be subtracted from 2 that it becomes 0. I think this will never become 0. So that's why, so it is called not defined. So here if you see in the diagram, the first time you subtracted, then it remains 2. Second time you subtracted, then it remains 2, and it will remain as 2 forever. So 2 divided by 0 is undefined or not defined. So let's try to solve some of the question. First question tells how many whole numbers are between 32 and 21. So you will have to understand this question well. So this means that the question is telling not to include 32 and 21. It's just trying to find all the whole numbers or the number of whole numbers that is there between the 32 and 21. Let's talk about the second question. So what is telling how many whole numbers are from 21 to 32. So basically it is telling to exclude 32 but include 21. So coming to the solution, so the first question was about how many whole numbers are there between 32 and 21. That means the 32 and 21 should not be included. So never try to find the answer by counting on the fingertips, because if the difference is too large, you will not be able to count that one. So for this, there are certain formula that needs to be used. So what you have to do, if the both the things need not be included, then you take the larger number minus the smaller number and then minus 1. So there are 10 numbers that is between 32 and 21. In the same way, if one of the number need not be included, then just what you have to do is from the higher number you have to subtract the smaller number. So that will give the answer 11. In some of the question, there could be a case where you have to include both 21 and 32. In those cases, the answer would be higher number minus lower number plus 1. So that is 12. If you are including both the upper limit and the lower limit. Here are some questions. So you have to mark it as a true or false. So let's talk about the first question. So what the first question is, the successor of two-digit number is always a two-digit number. What the second question is telling, the whole number 0 has no predecessor, and third one is natural number is closed under addition. So now pause the video for some time and try to answer this question. Answer is already there in the next slide. So coming to the answer, if you see the successor of two-digit number is always a two-digit number, that is not correct. So take the example 99 plus 1, it gives you 100. This is three-digit number. In the same way, the whole number 0 has no predecessor. So this is true because the whole number starts from 0. And natural number is closed under addition. This is also correct because if you add any two natural number, it will give you a natural number. Thank you for attending this session. We will meet in another session with some another video. Thank you.